All right, we are live on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you can all join me here on this amazing Thursday evening. Unless you're on the East Coast, it's already Friday morning. It's after midnight. It is 12:40 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 9:40 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time here in my neck of the woods. I'm in the beautiful, glorious, amazing San Francisco Bay Area, Northern California, San Mateo County, Redwood City to be exact. You all know where I'm at, unless you're brand new here. Welcome if you're new as well. But before we get to it here, folks, because it's going to be a very brief show here tonight, just to share some thoughts about things, and I'll explain to you what I mean by the title on the video and on the thumbnail. But before we get to that, let me make sure the YouTube notification has gone out. And it absolutely has. And let me also make sure that the back end of YouTube is rolling smoothly. And it absolutely is. And again, we are simulcasting live on Facebook. So let me just ensure that things are running properly on Facebook. Once again, at the very, very top of the news feed. Yes. Sure that things are running properly on Facebook. Once again, at the very, very top of the news feed. That's right. That's right. Sure that, thank you, Coach Eli on Facebook. It's rolling well. It's rolling absolutely well, and just one more piece of business before we get right to it. This channel and, simulcast on Facebook, along with this business, is being sponsored by my good longtime friend, Troy Brewer. He is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network. If you'd like more information about the Discover Community Network, if you're on the YouTube side of things, go below in the description about a third of the way down, and you'll see a couple of links there. One is to the main site, and one is to one of their many subsidiaries, the DCN Internet Radio Network. If you're on Facebook, go to the Facebook search bar and type in Discover Community Network, and you will find the main Facebook business page to the Discover Community Network, and from there you'll be able to find all the subsidiaries and how to also reach out to Troy and connect with Troy should you need any of his products or services. Troy is a master at branding and marketing. If you're an aspiring YouTuber and you need some help getting the word out about your business and your brand, Troy is the man. He also has tons of great information throughout or through many various products and services that he offers as well. And there's nobody I trust more than Troy. And if you'd like for me to personally introduce you to Troy, just email me at coacheli@coacheli.com. That email is below in the description as well on the YouTube side of things. And it is also in the description section of Facebook, and I'll set it up for you folks. Troy will give you a free consultation, and he'll share with you how he can help make a huge difference in your professional life. Again, Troy, thank you so much for your sponsorship and patronage of this channel. And look who's here. The Queen is here. She says, "You're a good Queen. You're awake after midnight." That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Queen, to moderate the chat. Thank you so much, Queen. You're very, very loyal. Tonight, folks, we're going to be discussing the most attractive quality you can offer anyone regarding your personal and business professional life. One more time. We're going to be discussing the most attractive quality you can offer anyone in regards to any aspect of your life, whether it be personal or your professional business life. It's one simple thing. One simple thing. And I'm going to get to that in just a second. But before we get to that, I want to update you folks on a few things. First of all, I want to make you folks aware that I went to my local Walgreens today and I started the vaccination process. I got the first shot of Pfizer today. and I will be going back to get my second shot in 3 weeks. And I'll tell you, no side effects. It was real simple. I had them put the shot in my left arm because my right arm I'm right-handed. So what I hear is recommended and makes sense is that you have the shot on the opposite arm of your, of the main hand that you use. If you're right-handed, have the shot on your left hand. If you're left-handed, have the shot on your right hand. Makes sense, right? But it doesn't matter because I really don't feel anything. And if I can't roll the sleeve all the way up, it's tight. But there's a Band-Aid on there. It's pretty simple. I believe they put a little rubbing alcohol. They put the shot in there. You barely feel it, like literally 1 second, and you're good to go. And that's it. And like I said, really no side effects. I went to take the shot at my appointment was at 2:20, and Walgreens was running a little bit behind. So I didn't get the shot till about 3 o'clock Pacific time. And then they have you stick around for 15 minutes just to make sure that, you're going to be okay. And I was just fine. The only thing I will say is that I've been feeling a little bit tired most of today. I was feeling tired already before I got this shot, so I don't know if the shot affected me from being a little bit more tired than usual. But I've been feeling a little bit, tired, and that's why I didn't stream earlier. But now I feel fine. I feel great. And it was interesting because for the first couple of hours, I could feel the vaccine going through my body, like from my arm, like down my stomach and down my legs. And it's just interesting because I'm very, very in tune with my body. And right now, it seems to have, settled, and it's doing its thing. Oh, Queen, I appreciate, I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion. She says you're going to regret taking it. Yeah, well, that's one thing I'll disagree with you on respectfully. I feel without these vaccines, we would not be able to get back to normal. That's just my opinion. My personal opinion is for as many people as possible to get vaccinated. From what I've seen on CNN, the latest numbers are 42% of the U.S. is fully vaccinated. And I'm sure there's a bunch more people that are partially vaccinated like myself. We're just, we have to wait 3 weeks to go back and get the second shot. But yeah, folks, please consider getting vaccinated. I know some of you don't believe in it, and some of you have certain issues with it. And hey, if you don't take it, that's fine. That's on you. My personal, recommendation or opinion is to take it. It's not gonna affect you in any way, shape, or form. I feel absolutely fine, and it's all good. And it's just really nice to see things starting to get back to normal. I know President Biden is trying to get as many people vaccinated by the 4th of July. If I had to guess, we will probably be about 50 to 55%, maybe even 60% fully vaccinated here in the U.S. by July 4th. But we'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens. Anyway, so that is that. Another thing I want to update you folks on very briefly before I get to the topic here, because it's not going to take too long to go through the whole thing. I was actually sharing a story the other day about a woman I was talking with, right? And I was supposed to actually meet her tonight. But it did not happen. And it seemed pretty promising. And I'll tell you folks how quickly things change and how important integrity is. when you're getting to know someone, even during the beginning stages of, getting to know someone for a potential, dating partner. And so I'm going to update you on this lady, because we had talked yesterday, and yesterday she had told me, or the day before yesterday, yesterday she had told me that she was having dinner with her kids yesterday, and she was also going to have dinner with her kids tonight, and after last night, after dinner, we were supposed to talk last night. Well, here's what happened. Let me share with you what happened. Let's see here. Let me see here. Let me see. All right, so she texted me at 8:33 last night and said, still want to meet up. And I was like, and then she goes, I'm driving, so call. And this was at 8:33 p.m. And we had talked that we were going to meet up today, not yesterday. This was yesterday, right? So I got back to her because I had taken a little bit of a nap. I was a little bit tired. And I got back to her at around 10 o'clock. And I said, sorry, just got this. Are you still awake? She goes, yes, I'm at my BFF's house. What's up? When women say what's up, I don't like that. That's ghetto slang. When people talk like that, I'm not saying this goes for everyone, but it's like a lack of integrity for me, right? I just feel a lack of integrity coming here, right? And I wrote back and I said, I'm just responding to your text from earlier. You said still want to meet up, and my answer is yes. Did you confuse meeting up tonight instead of tomorrow? My idea was to meet tomorrow evening. Let me know. Also, what time do you plan on going home tonight? She writes back and says, my bad. I haven't been sleeping well lately. Yes, tomorrow after dinner with my daughters. She goes, tomorrow is best. I'm actually in this city. She actually lives out here on the peninsula with me. And she went over the bridge to go to the East Bay, apparently to go visit her friend. After a few hours before that, she was saying, still want to meet up, right? So why would she ask me if I wanted to meet up? And then 2 hours later, she's at her best BFF's house? No. That's not where she was at. We'll get to that in a second. Let's see. Queen Helen K says CNN are a bunch of... Okay, I get it. Riff says there are too many mindless sheep. You're right, Riff. Queen Helen Casey says, creepy Joe. And Riff says something I won't read. You can read it yourself. Specialized Cycling Club 810 is here. Hey, Coach and all. Coach, I'd suggest trying Bumble. I have had great success with it. It was suggested to me by some other guy. Well, I don't take recommendations from that guy at all. So I've tried Bumble in the past, and it really got me nowhere. Match.com is the best one. And I've got some other prospects right now, too, especially one other decent one. But we'll see what happens. We're supposed to talk tomorrow. But this is the one I was supposed to actually meet tonight. So what ended up happening? So I asked her, what time are you heading home? She goes, late, probably after 11 p.m. on a work night, right? Okay. I was beginning to think, okay, she's hanging out with Chatter Tyrone, getting it good, right? I wrote, I will be awake. May I call you on your way home? She goes, okay, I will call you when I'm on the road. That was at 10:21 p.m. I wrote back, I said, text me first, and I'll call you shortly afterwards. So I didn't hear from her, right? I was still up at 12:26 a.m., a little over 2 hours later. And I wrote to her, because at this point I was like, she's really getting the good from some other dude she decided to meet, right? And she's trying to tell me she's over at her BFF's house, right? I wrote, hey, let me know if you still plan on calling tonight. If not, I'm going to go to sleep soon. I'll still be up a little bit longer, right? So I went to bed, got up in the morning, 9 o'clock. I get a text from her. She's like, good morning. And then she writes, I went home late and just went straight to bed. Sure. You stayed the night in the East Bay, ma'am. Getting the good from some other guy you met for match. And then she goes, I have back-to-back meetings this morning, so I will text you later. Have a great day. So I asked her, I'm like, I'm not going to waste time. I'm not going to, put my life on a hold and sit around waiting for her. I wrote, that's cool. Are we still on for tonight? Listen to what she says. Depending if my daughter is hanging out at my place after dinner, we'll let you know later. BS, ma'am. It depends on if that guy that was ramming you last night wants to ram you again tonight or not, right? Is that what it is, ma'am? So this is what I wrote back to her, guys. You got to just stand up for yourself. I told her I actually need to know at this time, because if not, I have other plans to make. I thought we already made plans for tonight, which we did. We made definite plans, and she changed them. Maybe it wasn't meant to be, and it was meant for you to be with someone else. I was calling her out tactfully. She knew what I was saying. No worries for me either way. I'm just not going to be on standby. I called her out because she was trying to put me on standby, on the back burner, on backup status. So she wrote back, she goes, I had told you I have dinner plans with my daughters. I know that, ma'am. And you said we're going to meet afterwards. And you said nothing when we made initial plans about whether your daughter is going to stay there or not. Your daughters are adults. They can hang out on their own for you to meet me for half an hour or so, right? Just like you met that guy last night that was ramming you, ma'am. Same thing, right? She goes, yes, maybe just wasn't meant to be. No, ma'am, I called you out. You were trying to put me on backup status. And I called you out. You had nowhere to go. You've got somebody else that you're going to invest your time in. And you wanted to keep me on backup status just in case. Or maybe you wanted to be with us both for a little while. I'm not going to do that. She's like, good luck in your search. With UR, not even fully spelled. So I wrote back one message to her, and I just said, I'm going to say ma'am instead of her name. I said, ma'am, good luck to you. You were with another guy last night, and that's your choice. That's why you didn't call me on your way home. I am one guy that's not going to be any woman's backup plan. You just don't like the fact I figured it out and made you aware. I'm blocking you now. Take care. And that was it. I went on with my day. Gave her a little peace of my mind, and moved forward. You see, that's a woman with low integrity. And there are lots of women and men like that nowadays. But does it have to be that way? Does it have to be that way? No. Shouldn't have to be that way. Specialized Cycling Club says, hi, Queen. Queen says, hello, Cycle. Tom, dating after your 40s is tough as a man. Once you're into your 50s, it is nearly impossible. That's not true, Tom. It's all in your attitude, Tom. It's all in your attitude. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now. Because age has nothing to do with it. Always get the last word in. Well, I didn't even have to say anything, Riff. I just felt like giving her a little piece of my mind. because I just wanted her to know that I am one guy that's not going to play her game. And as irritated as she is that I called her out on that, it's attractive when you call women out on that stuff, because they know that they can't do. When a woman can't derail you, it's attractive to her. Who knows? Maybe she'll try to reach out to me from a different number that's not blocked. Maybe apologize. Who knows? I still won't give her a chance. I'm just saying that, hey, if you're able to pick up on this stuff and you call them out, they get mad because you're calling them out on the truth. But at the same time, it's attractive to them because they know they can't play you. They know they can't. When a woman can't derail you, you're more intriguing to them, more interesting to them. Now, let's talk about the most attractive quality you can offer anyone, personal and business. Folks, we're only going to be on another maybe 15, 20 minutes. It's going to be a very short show tonight. I'm just going to come out and say it, because I'm not going to, drag this on and keep people around, right? And if you look at my thumbnail actually says the sexiest thing you can offer. It is the sexiest thing you can offer. And it's not your private parts. It's not having a six-pack or six-pack abs. It has nothing to do with physical attraction. The sexiest thing you can offer anyone, or the most attractive quality in general, at a personal or professional level. Want to know what it is? It's having a great attitude. That's it, plain and simple. It's having a great attitude regardless of what happens. Good, bad, or indifferent. Having a great attitude is the sexiest thing. You guys are out there and looking to find a good woman to date, regardless of what happens. You having a great attitude and having a positive attitude, if it doesn't work out with one woman, your positive energy will flow to the right woman. If you let that one woman that, played a game on me like this last one did, that I just mentioned, and you let her derail you, having a crappy attitude, it may carry over to the next woman you talk with, right? And even if she's nice to you because you had a bad experience, if you let that get to you and you carry over that crappy attitude, you're probably going to miss out on having a chance with a good woman, right? Having a great attitude, a positive attitude, is the most attractive quality you can offer anyone, whether it's business related, personal related, etc., regarding any aspect of life. This applies if you're trying to get a job in the corporate world. This applies if you're looking to get clients as a self-employed entrepreneur. This applies to the dating world if you're trying to find true love. Having a good attitude, right? Where does a good attitude start from? It starts from within yourself. And I thought about, this earlier tonight. I wasn't going to go live. I was going to take the day off, especially since I just got vaccinated. But I was thinking about this, and I really wanted to briefly talk about this because, lately I've seen so many crazy things happen, not only out here on YouTube and other social media platforms, but in real life, also known as IRL as well. And I've seen so many people that have a crappy attitude. It's disgusting to me. It seems like the majority of people I've encountered, whether it's online or offline, in the current modern world we live in, have a crappy attitude. And I was beginning to think, why is that? Why is that? And it all stems back to one thing I've talked about time and time again. These people plain and simply don't love themselves. They don't love who they see in the mirror, right? They don't love what they see in the mirror. Specialized Cycling Club says, Coach, I agree with you, but the problem is with the swipe culture now. If you don't have initial looks, you will never get matched. Once matched, the positive attitude works wonders. That's why you use Match.com. Because on Match.com, every single dating site has the swiping thing, right? But some dating sites also allow you to search profiles by distance, by height, by weight, by ethnicity, by many different criteria. I never, ever, ever do the swiping. Swiping is stupid. It's all physical attraction. Now, don't get me wrong. Even if you are trying to connect with a woman at a mental, emotional, and spiritual level, 810, Specialized Cycling Club, there still has to be that initial spark, that large rush of sexual attraction. I get that. But when you're just swiping left and right on a site like Tinder, it's all about one thing. It's a hookup site. It's all about hooking up with the hottest person. And if you're not hot, you get no traction, right? I've talked this before. I'll say it again. But I guess what the good thing about Bumble is, even though it hasn't worked for me, is that you can swipe on the women that you want to connect with, and if they connect with you, if you match, then it's up to the women to make the first move. If the woman doesn't message you, you can't even message her, but you first have to match through swiping. I think it's stupid. I honestly think swiping for dates is stupid. It's pathetic. It's dumb. It's really, really dumb. Looks get the match in 2021, in my honest opinion. You're right about that, bro. And looks do matter to everyone, even good people like myself to a certain extent. But there are those people that are extremely superficial. They're not looking for a real relationship. They're just looking for a hookup. So they're trying to find the hottest person to hook up with. That's what it is. If you're looking for true love and happiness, and you're a person of integrity, and you find, your other half that has integrity, it's not going to be all about the looks. The looks will still matter. You still have to be somewhat attractive, and they have to be somewhat attractive too. But for somebody with integrity that values a connection beyond the looks, is not going to be extremely picky on looks. Now, of course, if you're not at least a certain level of attractiveness, then I get it. I wouldn't even talk to somebody if they're not at least at a minimal level of attractiveness, but I'm not looking for the hottest woman. And a lot of the women that I've talked with aren't looking for the hottest man either. They're just looking for a good guy that's decent looking, that has his shit together, and has integrity. That's the bottom line. What's up, Hazy Train? Hazy Train, hey, let the camera talk. Hazy Train says, my opinion, if you would have just met her like she wanted you, would have got to nail her instead of BFF. Dude, I was sleeping during that time that she initially texted me. I was taking a nap because we had planned to meet the next day. Had I been up during that time, yeah. But here's the thing, dude. I wasn't looking to nail her. I wasn't looking to sleep with her the first time I meet her. I just wanted to meet her and see if there's an initial connection for a second date. Then the second or third date, yeah, that's fine. But probably, if I wanted to and I was around when she texted, I probably could have, yeah. But see, for her to not remember that we made plans for the next day, not that day, yesterday, even though it was right there in her texting history, it just shows me that this woman has a lot of options, and she's just looking to take whatever she can get because she's bored. She just wants to go out and probably sleep with a bunch of guys. Things happen for a purpose, man. I'm kind of glad that I didn't end up with her because I don't want to be with a woman that's, extremely promiscuous. I want a sexual woman, but I don't want a woman that's going to sleep with the entire Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, man. I've never used Match. Maybe I should try it. You should, bro. You should. I'm telling you, you'll have better luck. So, getting back to the most attractive quality being having a good attitude, and how I've just noticed that whether it be online or offline, most people nowadays have a terrible attitude. And it's just not attractive. And it just really saddens me because these people just don't like what they see in the mirror. That's the problem. Out here on YouTube, and I'm not going to get into too much detail, but there are a lot of drama groups out here, including one that I used to go back and forth with. And, I've totally moved past them. But the funny thing is this. Now that I've moved past them, they're infighting amongst each other, and it continues to happen on a daily basis. And again, I'm not going to mention anything specifically, but there are a lot of people within this drama group I used to be a part of that are very talented, but instead of using their talents to create positive greatness, they're feeding constantly all day, every day into nonsensical, stupid drama. And they're getting themselves in trouble. All of them. All of them. And there are some things that are currently happening with a bunch of these people. Like there are some people that are now, dealing with some legal ramifications. And then they're complaining about it. But at the same time, these people that are now dealing with legal ramifications have gone after other people in legal ways. So it's very hypocritical. It's very hypocritical, right? And I'm not paying that much attention to it. I get recommended stuff every now and then. I'm really trying to avoid it. But, obviously, YouTube's going to recommend me stuff because I used to watch these people and they think I want to see them, right? But I'm seeing these people just eat each other alive and run drama streams all day, every day. Why? Why are these people doing it or doing this when I know a lot of these people have greater talent? Tell you why. The truth of the matter is this, and again, I'm not trying to be critical. This is just an example. They don't like what they see in the mirror. A lot of these people won't even come on camera. This is YouTube. It's a video platform. If you're not going to come on camera, then why are you out here? If you want to do podcasting, then go do a podcast. This is YouTube. This is a video platform. I'm always on camera on my shows. Now, I know a lot of times when I'm on other people's shows, on the spur of the moment, I don't go on camera because at that point I've, dressed, I've changed into my sweats and t-shirt and I'm not as presentable, right? But I still show my picture, as my icon, right? But, whenever I go do an interview on someone else's channel or something more professional, I will always go on video and look good. But a lot of these people won't even show their face on camera, right? And why is that? Why is that? The truth of the matter is this is because they're not happy within themselves and they don't like what they see in the mirror. It's quite obvious. But they can change that, right? It's kind of like the Michael Jackson song, God rest his soul, Man in the Mirror. I'm going to make a change for once in my life. It's going to feel real good. It's going to make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this feeling's blowing my mind. There are kids in the street without enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs, right? So we're sitting here and we're infighting, right? We're creating endless amounts of nonsensical drama, wasting our talent, right? While there are kids in third world countries that are starving, right? And these people are fighting amongst each other just because they don't like themselves. This is the kind of stuff that saddens me, folks. This is the kind of stuff that really saddens me. And I used to be involved with some of this stuff out here on YouTube until I figured out how to get away from it, right? But even in my younger days, I've shared this before, I'll share it again. In my early 20s, my late teens throughout my early to mid 20s or so, I used to create a lot of drama amongst my friends because I wasn't happy with myself. I look back, I wasn't happy with who I saw in the mirror. I didn't love myself as much as I love myself today. That makes all the difference. Like Michael Jackson said in that song during the chorus, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. That's me, right? For you ladies, it's you. Just, change the word man to woman. But the song goes, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Na 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 na. Right? Folks, you have to start with the man in the mirror. And if you're a woman, let's just say the woman in the mirror, right? You have to start by looking at yourself in the mirror and asking yourself, do you like what you see? And be honest with yourself, right? And for those of you that hide, in plain sight and run live streams or do videos and don't show your face or your body on camera, you're hiding something because you're insecure about yourself, right? Right? So do this. Stand in front of your mirror and ask yourself, do you like what you see? And if you don't like what you see, what can you do to change that? And instead of focusing your time and energy all day, every day on nonsensical drama, how about you focus on bettering yourself? Maybe getting yourself back into shape, maybe getting more sleep. When you don't get enough sleep, it shows in your face, right? And you don't look good, and you don't feel good, right? I agree with that, says Hazy Train, Specialized Cycling Club. The problem with Bumble is I have so many matches, I get them confused with one another. Good problem to have, I guess, but it gets me into trouble. You ever meet anybody and has it ever gotten anywhere, A10? From Bumble? It's never worked for me. Lewis Fuller says, good evening, Eli. Good evening, Lewis. Welcome to the show. Queen Helen Casey says, hello, Lewis. Lewis Fuller just gave you a like. Lewis Fuller says, hi, Queen. Awesome. Like I've been saying, the most attractive quality you can have, you can have, is a good attitude. If you have a good attitude, nothing's going to faze you. Does that mean everyone's going to like you? No. But even for the people that don't like you, or to the people that don't like you, it's not going to faze you. You're not going to feel the need to get mad at them, right? Now, I gave that woman a little piece of my mind because I just felt like it. I was laughing about it, right? And I just, wanted her to know that, hey, I'm one of the only guys that's not going to play your game. I'm smart enough to figure it out, right? I called her out, and what happened? She goes, you're right. Maybe we weren't meant to be together, right? When I called her out and said I'm not going to be put on backup status, which is what she was doing, she quickly agreed with me and said, maybe we weren't meant to be together. Right, man. Right. You can think that if you want. We'll never know because we didn't get a chance to meet, man, because you have a lack of integrity. And if you're going to play the field and try to date multiple guys at once, at least get your facts straight and learn to be a better BSer. That's the problem with women. Women are not good at BSing. They were not made to BS, right? Like, I don't do this, but if I wanted to toggle 2 or 3 women, I could do it for at least a little while and get away with it, and none of them would know about the others. And I would communicate with them in ways where I'd say, hey, look, hey, I'm hanging out with some friends tonight. I'll text you tomorrow, right? That way you get the other 2 off your back while you go hang out with the third one, right? So I would never do that, but if I was going to do that, I would do it a lot better than most women do it. This woman was horrible. She's trying to tell me, oh, I'm at my BFF's house after saying, are we still hanging out tonight when we had planned to hang out the next day, not that day. That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. Rick Mago says, or perhaps those of us who do not show ourselves on camera just don't want to. LOL, there's no need to go into a rambling diatribe of assumption. Here's the thing, Riff. There are people that don't show themselves on camera for certain reasons. They don't want to get doxxed or anything like that, right? To the people that don't show, and I'm not trying to be critical towards you, Riff, or anyone that doesn't show themselves on camera, but to the people that are afraid of being doxxed and hide in plain sight, they're not real YouTubers, right? All of the real YouTubers show themselves on camera, put out their real name, and deal with the repercussion of being doxxed and all that. It's just, YouTube is just like a mini Hollywood. Just like the Hollywood stars, everyone knew their names. They could find out where they live. People have been stalked and harassed. Same thing. YouTube's just a digital version of Hollywood, right? I know there are people on this platform that want to be successful YouTubers. They want to be successful real YouTubers. But the way they're doing it is never going to get them there. Because one, they don't show their face, or they never go on camera. And number 2, instead of, creating something that's, amazing and genuine, they continuously feed into nonsensical drama all day, every day. It's pathetic. It is. Specialized Cycling Club says, Coach, you are on fire tonight with this topic. I have never felt better once I looked at the man in the mirror. My one big thing is lack of sleep. I only average 4 or 5 hours most days, not enough. That's true. You got to get at least 7 or 8 hours of sleep a night. I've been getting about 6 hours on average, 6 to 7 hours. I need to get 8. I'm trying to get back to 8 hours of sleep. But yeah, man, 4 or 5 hours is not enough. Are you working a lot of overtime still at your job, man? Lewis Ford says, I just shared your stream out. Thank you, Lewis. I'm about to go off the air here in a few anyways. We're at 43 minutes, and I was saying it's going to be a short stream anyway. Riff says, mutters, real YouTubers have real content. That's true. That's true, Riff. That's true. Riff says, unfortunately, there are many who strive to be YouTube celebrities but are sadly wasting their time. It's purely the luck of the draw. Well, you can look at it that way, Riff. It could be purely the luck of the draw, but it's what you make of yourself. I want to be successful out here, and I'm partially successful. I am making money. I do have a sponsor. But am I where I want to be? No. But I'm striving to get there. In order to get there, you got to put in the time and the effort. And you have to do a lot of things. You have to make it a priority. With me, Riff, and everyone else, I take pride when I do my streams. I do them in high quality audio and video. I'm well groomed. I wear nice shirts that are pressed. I take care of myself. Some of these other people I see out here that claim they're real YouTubers either won't show themselves on camera, at least most of the time, and the times they do show themselves on camera, they look horrible. They look absolutely horrible. And I'm not saying that to attack these people or to be critical. It's just the truth. You've got to take pride in whatever it is that you do. And if you want to be successful at something, you have to keep pushing forward no matter what. You can't give up. I've been doing this for 4 years, man. I'm still going. And the funny thing is, Riff, people still talk about me. You know, the drama people still talk about me. And I just ignore them. Like, I don't respond to them. I don't watch most of their stuff. Every now and then, even though I tell YouTube to not recommend me their stuff anymore, they still recommend it to me. So I'm like, all right, let me just check this out. It's only 2 minutes long. You know, let me hear this one dude talk shit about me and just ignore him and not give him anything to respond to, right? Right? That's the truth of the matter. Specialized Cycling Club says, I work less hours, still full-time, to spend a lot more time outdoors. On the bike, mostly I wake up early and go out on a 3-hour, 50-mile ride some days. My recovery time is low. I need more rest. Amateur race speed is 16 miles per hour average. I shoot for that for now. A 50-mile ride is quite a long ride, bro. I'm in very good shape, dude. And I remember one time Dana and I, we planned on doing a 20-mile bike ride. And we ended up doing about 15, and we were exhausted after that. And I was exhausted after that, even being in the shape I'm in. So, like, dude, look, I think a good amount of cycling per day is probably about 10 to 15 miles. So the way I look at it is this: when you're biking, you're burning fewer calories than walking or running. So basically, for every mile that you walk, you need to do 3 miles to get the same benefit from a bike, right? Now, it depends if you're doing hills and stuff, but you know, if you're doing, for the most part, you know, flat rides, you know, it's basically you need to go 3 miles on a bike for every 1 mile that you walk. So, you know, when I walk 4 miles at the park, in order to get the same benefit on a bike, I need to do about 12 miles. So, you know, 12 to 15 miles, that's pretty good, bro. When you push it to 50 miles, bro, you're look, that's great. You're going to burn a lot more calories, but you're going to burn yourself out. And then you may end up eating more because you're going to be so depleted. And then you may keep on eating and eating that you're not going to lose weight because you're going to eat so much to make up for the calories depleted. And then you're probably going to go over your calorie intake. So, I mean, in my opinion, you do what you got to do, but in my opinion would be for you to probably do 12 to 15 miles when you do that. You want to do 50, that's on you, bro, but I wouldn't even do that. That's just me. That's just me. Anyway, I'm about to get on out of here, folks, and probably go end up my night by taking an Epsom salt bath before I hit the sack. So yeah, look, folks, again, the most attractive quality you can offer someone, whether it be for business purposes or for personal purposes, dating relationships, if you're married, if you're applying for a job, you know, if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to get clients, what's the most attractive quality? is just having a good attitude. A good attitude is so infectious with the right people. Now, with the wrong people, like drama people, people that are insecure and don't like what they see in the mirror, when they see someone like you, just like, what they've seen in me, right? They're going to attack us because they wish they could be as happy as we are. And they wish that maybe they looked as good as we do, or were in as good of shape, or being in shape as we are, right? But even when those people come at you, if you just have a good, positive attitude, right? Just have a good attitude, right? It may tick them off for a little while, but eventually they're just going to go away. Don't let it get to you. Don't feed into it. And then when the right people come around that you want to have in your life, you're still going to have that great attitude that's going to be very infectious with the right people. Again, if you allow yourself to be derailed by drama people, right? And you get sucked into that. Even when you come around the right people, you're going to have that negative energy with the right people, and you're going to give them the wrong idea. And, let's say the right woman comes around. This is what happened with my ex, Dana. She was the right woman. One of the biggest reasons why it didn't work out is because my attitude changed because I got sucked into drama and I wasn't being myself anymore. What she fell for when she met me was my great positive attitude when she first met me. And once I got involved with all this nonsensical drama, years ago when I first came on the YouTube platform, it changed my attitude. I wasn't the same person. I had to refocus. I had to look at myself in the mirror. And yeah, I even did gain weight after that relationship. I gained 30 pounds. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. So I did something about it. I lost the weight and got back on track. And I stopped feeding into this BS, and it changed my life. And here I am. I want to help you folks accomplish the same thing. I just want to put this out to the other side because I do care. I do care. I don't expect a response. I don't want one. You guys do what you're going to do. There are so many of you in that group that are so talented. You're so talented. Why are you continuing to waste your time with stupid drama that's getting you all in trouble? Now you've got the law involved with many of these people. You've got people trying to go after a woman saying that, she's not a good fit mother. Who gives a damn? That's her business. These people are clear across the country from each other, and they're trying to take this into real life, right? Why? Because they have no other content. And you know what? If they were going to report somebody for being a bad mother, which I'm not saying this person's a bad mother, I haven't followed closely, but I've kind of heard what's going on. Why wouldn't you keep that off of YouTube? Why? Because it's your content, right? You got people getting ROs on each other. You got people trying to, have a woman's kids taken away. You got all this stuff happening. Why? And then you talk about it publicly on YouTube. It's pathetic. It is pathetic. And then these people wonder, these people that are coming at these people wonder when people start coming back at them in retaliation, they wonder why it's happening. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to wrap up by saying this again, like I've said all the time. In this world, you only get what you give. What you put out, you get back. The way you treat people is the way they're going to treat you back. Think about that. The way you treat people is the way they're going to treat you back. The Bible even said, do unto others as you would want done upon you. So now that some people within this group are dealing with some legal issues and they're not happy about it, do they not wonder why this is happening? Because these are people that have done the same thing to other people. And they keep feeding into drama. And they keep doing all this stupid shit just because that's all the content they think they have. When the truth of the matter is, these people could create much better content, more positive, real content. It's just ridiculous. And I had to mention that. I just wanted to mention that for example purposes because it's just comical to me seeing these people bury each other while I move on and do my own thing. Specialized Cycling Club, I understand 30 pounds is a lot, but you were way more overweight than that, and so is Jamie, and so is some other people too. Overlord DVD, 263K subs, never shows his face. Well, that's great. Some people can get the subs without showing the face. I'm just saying, for me, they call it YouTube for a reason. It's YouTube. It's video. But hey, that's fine. You know, if you folks want to create audio-only podcasts and put them in video format, to each its own, right? Yeah, dude, I've mentioned before, I've gone plus minus 30 a few times in my life. So, but yeah, then I just look in the mirror, I don't like what I see, and then I take care of it, right? I meant your weight loss coach, that's amazing. Well, no, it's not, dude, that's not really a big deal. Like, look, dude, when I'm like 195 instead of 165 or 170, I'm still not extremely overweight, but yeah, I'm a little bit pudgy at that point. But I'll tell you, it's only 30 pounds. It's not that difficult to lose. You just have to discipline yourself for about 6 weeks. You know, cut back to 1,500 calories. Walk 4 miles a day. Exercise on the treadmill for another 30 minutes. And you're good. You'll lose it in 6 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks if you discipline yourself. But anyway, I'm going to get on out of here, folks. We are at 57 minutes. I want to thank you all for being here. I'll be back tomorrow with at least a stream, maybe two. Maybe I'll do a walking stream tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. But yeah, I appreciate you all being here tonight. Pretty good turnout for a show later on in the evening. With that being said, have yourselves a great night. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.